Well, welcome back, and it's the challenges of running business and making sure your team feels important, and we are talking about making sure your team has got a backup, and you're the backup. Stay with us, we'll be right with this and uncover backing up your team. Hi, well, I'm with Jacqueline Campbell, and we're talking about the challenges of running a business and being a backup for your team members. Absolutely. Somewhere for them to go, I think you said.
Yeah, absolutely. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be able to do everything that they do.
Right.
And so you can do it for them. It means but I think it's incredibly important that you understand the work that they do.
So we're not into, oh, Jacqueline, I've got a problem with this report.
Can you do that for me? Yeah, no.
No. Oh, okay.
No, that's me going, I'm running behind, can you fix this for me? That's entirely my priority.
So that's not the employer going, well, you do the report, I'll just go home.
I'm going to lunch because it's a bit late.
When
it's not all about that. What it's about is that if they run into a wall, I understand the wall, I understand the importance of getting past that wall or what they're trying to achieve, and we can talk about solutions.
Right.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that I pick up their problem.
No. So what you're doing in this is a conversation is prioritising your internal customers, and we're talking about the employees now. What you're doing is giving them the space to come and discuss their issue, so you can assist them in them finding a solution, and then equipping them to go, now you know what it is, off you go.
One thing which I try to instill into all the businesses that I've run, but also all the my team members, be they subcontractors or be they employees or be they other people we knock around with, they only need to ask themselves a very short series of questions if they come up against a problem. Because they don't need me. They think they need me, but they actually don't. And sometimes I don't have the inclination all the time to be their blankie. They really just have to just get over it and move on. So they have to ask themselves a few questions, and they're very simple. One, firstly, is it safe? Is what I'm about to do going to compromise the actual health and safety, physical health and safety of a person, a team, or whatever else, or has the potential to set up something which is going to unravel and turn into a whole stack of horrible train wreck? So if the answer to that is yes, then move on. Secondly, does this have the potential to damage our business reputation? If the wheels fall off this, does it have the potential to damage the business reputation? If the answer to that is no, fantastic. If the answer to that is yes, go, yeah, but really by how much? Can we afford, if the wheels really fall off, does it really matter? Will anybody be looking about it in 5 years' time? If the answer to that is no, then I'm not going to spend more than 5 minutes worrying about it. So if you're good so far, then the question is does it align with our business values and what we're trying to do? So as a team, does it keep our team safe? Does it align with our business values? And what we're trying to achieve as a business? If the answer to that is yes, great. Next question, is it customer focused? Does it solve the customer's problem? Now, if the answer to all 4 of those questions is okay, make the decision. If you're wrong, then we just make a different decision next time. So you have to empower your team to operate without you. So that means that they know that you can do their job. I think I've told it before. I had when we're running the restaurant, when we used to eat up at the restaurant, which we did because we didn't have a kitchen in our house. Oops. Oh, what a shame! What a shame! Actually, it would have been really nice sometimes, but anyway. So you'd go and eat, you go to eat at the restaurant, and we'd sit in the corner around what we used to call our dead table, which is where, if you're looking at the restaurant, it's a stupid place to put a table. It's actually behind you. So if you've got clients there, you've got to remember to go and clear their stuff. It's not in your visual line of sight. So it tended to turn into the I was going to say party table, which is probably actually reasonably accurate. But anyway, so, and when I could see, because I could watch the floor from there, when I could see the floor getting overwhelmed, or dishes not being moved back, or whatever, so I could, which usually happened because a well-meaning waitress has taken a whole stack of orders too soon and bogged the kitchen down. So there's a very good reason you offer a second round of drinks in a restaurant. Sometimes it's you need to slow the orders down, otherwise you bog the kitchen, and the kitchen never catches up all night. So. But if you see the plate starts, I used to jump up and help. Because I was being team member focused, at least I thought I was. I was helping the team, I was solving a problem, I was helping our clients, and I ticked all my boxes, I thought. And then one day I had perhaps one or two too many drinks, and I didn't think I probably should be on the floor, and I wasn't really wearing the right shoes, and anyway. So I didn't jump up and help, and I felt really awful that I hadn't jumped up and helped, because it's my restaurant. You know, I was sitting right there, just having a couple of drinks with a couple of friends of ours, and you know, the guys were flat out on the floor. And I apologised to Mandra, who was our matron at the time. The next day, I said, "I'm really sorry. Yeah. I explained to her. I said, I know I let you down." She's gone, "Can I tell you something?" Yeah. I've gone, "Sure," thinking she was about to say, you know, look. She goes, "Actually, when you jump up to help me, or it makes me feel like you don't think I can do my job." And I went, "Oh." It never occurred to me that I was actually undermining her when I was trying to help.
You know, and I know we're short of time, but there is a question that's come to my mind, and I'm sure people listening now are going to say, so we're prioritising internal customers, but you talked about contractors.
Yes.
Now, we've talked about the staff understanding how you operate and a safety net and everything like that. Do you educate your contractors in how you like to operate so they can be autonomous and make decisions that they know will align with you?
Yeah, we do. And I must admit, I do burn through a reasonable number of contractors. Because...
But I know you've got some very long-term contractors as well.
We do. Yeah. I tend to burn through handymen because we like to... The way we leave a job site is very particular. It's clean, it's vacuumed, it's this, it's that. Yeah. It's... probably a 50-50, whether you get a contract group, which even though you've said this is how it goes, they leave behind the shavings or this thing or that, or they don't mop behind them when they leave muddy footprints across, or see, and the crazy thing, and this is a bit almost in contravention of our health and safety, we do the same thing. I've got a couple of subcontractor guys which do some of the inspections for me. Whenever I go to someone's home, unless I'm in the roof space, I take my shoes off at the front door. Yeah. A couple of reasons. One, sometimes you don't want to know where my boots have been by the time I get to wherever I'm going for the day. Secondly,
especially because Jacqueline's been to morgues and things like that. Oh yes, mould on the morgue.
Mould on the morgue. Yes. That's an
mould on the corpse.
Please refer to episode.
Mould on the corpse. Actually, go and watch the video.
Refer to episode. I think it's 147 or something. Anyway. There's a number of. It doesn't even have to be religion. Your European people would never dream of wearing shoes in their homes. Yeah. And not only that, there's also a number of religious people or belief systems that it's disrespectful. So if I'm walking into your home, I'll remove my shoes. Now, sometimes people say, "Oh no, don't worry about that." I tend to anyway, with the comment, "You don't know where my boots have been." Yep. Especially if they're wearing slippers or something in their home. And I would expect that my subcontractors would do the same. Yep. However, I do go and retrieve my boots when I'm up the ladder into the roof space, for obvious reasons. Yes. And these are the sorts of things, if you don't explain the why, and this is what I'm talking about, making sure everybody's on the same page, with a subcontractor group, you can start to disconnect. And we've spent a lot of effort over the years building our business reputation, and it can be so easily undone. It doesn't matter how darn good you've been for the last 5 years, you are only ever as good as your last job. Never forget that. Or the last phone call or the last interaction that you had with a particular client.
Very good point, yeah.
So you can undo a business reputation really quickly. And of course, in what we do, where you're dealing with cross-contamination potential, if you don't have a zip wall in place, if you don't have everything else done to standard, then you end up going back and the mould recontaminates or the water damage happens. So it's really important that these contractors or these subcontractors work not necessarily our way, but understand our standard, and I fire them just as quickly as I fire my clients. I know it sounds terrible, but...
It sounds exciting.
It's Indirect Quality Solutions is my brand.
And I think that's the thing, and it's been great chatting to you about not just... You stand off with, we're going to prioritise internal customers. We explained the big thing of why you're going to do it, explained how you do it, and not just employees but the contractors as well. It's been absolutely fascinating. What a great chat that has been. Prioritising your internal customers so that they actually feel more important than the clients.
And it will always pay off.